Hey guys, Brendonia Productions here, and today I'm going to be talking about the three most popular IRC clients.
So, a lot of you probably don't even know what an IRC is. In all honesty, neither do I, apart from that it stands for Internet Relay Chat. However, it was used through a variety of services from around 1988 to around 2012, and even today, for instant mass communication over the internet, through channels which we may call the equivalent of group chats or servers on Discord today. But an interesting topic I found based on all of this is, why are furries using all of these social medias now, and as the title suggests, what the most popular one is. As the furry fandom has grown, places to socialize with other furries appear to have grown with what is modern on the internet, just like everybody was at the time. Originally, it was primarily IRC channels that allowed members of the fandom to instantly communicate in large groups. However, around this time, there was also websites which began to get popular that hosted art, stories, and so on that furries had created for people to comment on and share with others. Of course, these websites grew even further over time, and that's why we have such recognizable names in the furry fandom such as furaffinity.net and weasel.com. The next variable we would have to consider is the average age group of the furry fandom and the average age group in my research to see whether the favorite social media was representative of everybody. According to First Science in 2020, the average age of a furry is somewhere between 18 and 25 years old. However, my dataset is fully anonymous and allowed people who were the age of majority in their region, no matter what that may be, to complete the form. I found that most people who responded to my questionnaire were under the age of 18. Due to the sensitivity of those age brackets, it was unspecified which exact ages those participants were a part of. However, from this chart, we can assume that the average age is somewhere under 18 to around 24 years old. Putting both of these graphs side by side, I believe that my results should be fairly representative of the furry fandom. So, with that out of the way, the next variable we would have to consider is what most people in the furry fandom use social media for. According to my data, most furries use social media primarily for browsing or entertainment. We could infer that this means most furries most likely use social media to share primarily images and use sites that are typically open to comments, like Twitter or Instagram. First Science also found that most furries browse the internet once a day or more, which could be linked to my findings of browsing or entertainment being the most prevalent use of social medias. And, just like we could predict, the most popular social medias are in fact Twitter, Instagram, and similar browsing platforms. However, even though I didn't add an option for Discord and people had to manually fill in their answer as the other option, Discord was an incredibly popular social media choice. We could infer that this is the favorite choice of furries to communicate to each other, but the majority of my results came from the questionnaire being posted in large Discord servers. So it may not be generalizable. Now that we can be fairly certain what the most popular social medias are in the fandom, I just wanted to check how much of social media use by furries is related to the fandom. I found that, when asked on a scale of 1 to 10, most furries reported that about 70 to 80% of their social media use is related to the fandom. This is very interesting because it suggests that furries are not only gravitating towards their favorite platforms for general content, but more specifically, mostly fandom-related content. As a summary for all of the information that I dumped on you in this video, it appears that the fandom's favorite social media is Twitter, out of the image-based posting social medias, and Discord, out of the chat-based social medias. And also, in terms of the additional information, the primary use of social media in the furry fandom is browsing or entertainment, which most furries report is filled with about 70 to 80% fandom-related content on their feeds. Anyways, what do you think of all of this? Feel free to post a comment below and maybe a few of you can have a conversation. Or you can join my new Discord server, which I released yesterday when this video comes out. And with that, I hope you all have a fantastic day.